Hey guys, it's Illini4life here, and we're going to jump into questions right away. We've got some strange ones this week. First one is from Badgers Packers 12. His question is, why does my phone not get reception at Davenport West High School? And he said, P.S. I have Verizon Wireless. I have no idea. This is a sports show, Badgers Packers 12. I don't know why you would ask a question like that. I don't know how you would expect me to know something like that. Just dumb question. I don't know. Second question is from College Football Lover 3 Sucks. He says, are you an idiot? No. Third question is from MoveCow002. He asked, do you fear swag? I don't fear it, I embrace it. This next question is from Viking Zone 18. This question is, what is your top 25 in football for next year? That's kind of tough. I'm definitely not going to do the whole top 25. So, my number one next year, preseason, it'll probably end up being USC. Maybe. That's what they were saying if Khalil came back and Barkley. Khalil left, so I don't know if they would still be number one. But I don't know anyone else who would be better than them going into the season. Not saying they're going to win it all, but they should definitely have the most hype going into the season. Alright, that's it for questions. Now we're going to talk about the Bulls and Illini. So the Bulls are coming off not that interesting stretch. They've played 2 games since I made a video. They lost to the Hawks, which I predicted that we would win, and they killed the Pistons last night. So, what do you have to say about that, Trent?
Go Bulls! And, well, first thing is first, the loss to the Hawks was a fluke. We just did not play our best game. And the thing is, the Hawks aren't bad. They're not Bulls good, but they're not bad. We definitely should have won, and we showed it by beating the Pistons badly.
Yeah, the Hawks are at home. They're a playoff team every year. They'll win a game like this every once in a while. It just happens, and teams have bad games. So that loss does not worry me in the least. But
it just happened to be us that long.
Yeah, but Pistons game, that was pretty good. We looked kind of sluggish, but in the fourth quarter we outscored them 24-9. That's really how the whole game should have gone. We are far superior. We won by 14 and 24. 24, my bad.
We dominated them.
It wasn't close. So not really much to talk about in those games. Both games were pretty cut and clear what happened. Tonight, they are playing the Timberwolves. Got a BG bet with Viking Zone 18. Can't wait to look at his BG with a Bulls player on it. Just can't wait.
You'll win that one for sure, because Timberwolves are a mediocre, if not terrible, team.
Yeah, they are playing better this year than they played last year, but they're still nowhere near the Bulls level. They're just not.
Yeah, they are not even close. They're not even close at all. In fact, I think the Timberwolves will lose by 50 because the Bulls are they're just better.
Yeah, definitely much better. I think they'll lose by 30. I'm not going to go as bold as you, but 50 is definitely possible.
It's not only possible, I really think it's going to happen.
It's not that unrealistic, but... And then tomorrow, we play the Wizards, another easy win.
Yeah.
And then we play the Celtics on Friday on ESPN. It's going to be pretty fun. That's all I really have to say about the Bulls. Now we're going to talk about the Illini. The Illini, since I have made my post-game show, have not played a game. The last one was against Nebraska, and that was a close victory. And now, tonight, we play the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yes, I am so excited for this game. Ohio State is overrated. The one thing is, nobody, and I mean nobody, can win at Assembly Hall at all.
I know. I cannot wait. The game is in T-minus 4 hours. We'll probably head over in 3 because, got to get there early. And I'll meet you up there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be on my way soon, and I'm really excited because this is a huge game and everyone's going to be watching. It's like the Super Bowl.
I know, Illinois has had a good season, alright, but that's me talking, that's me. I've seen almost all the games this year, so I know. A lot of people don't know because they've only been ranked for a short amount of time, and when they were ranked, they never got that high, so they never talked about that much. This win will get us onto the national scene.
You know, it's going to be great when we win and storm the court because, nothing better than beating Ohio State in your own court. And when you're that good, we're better. We are simply better. We just haven't shown it yet. And I cannot wait for a win.
Yeah, honestly, I love storming the court or storming the field, but I don't even know if it's appropriate to storm the court against Ohio State. We're a pretty elite basketball program, and they don't have anything on us historically.
That is the thing, though.
We still will, but it'll be, just think about that.
The thing is, storming the court. You storm a court if you beat a higher ranked team than you, no matter what, even if it's by one vote. You storm the court. You storm the court if they're higher ranked than you.
That's usually the case, but that's if it's like Rutgers beating Florida. Rutgers isn't a basketball power. Illinois is. But that's not the topic. Alright, so what do you think is the key to tonight's game?
I think the key to tonight's game is simply free throws. Free throws will be made. Free throws will decide the game because more free throws you make, more likely you are to win. And if you're clutch and can sink those free throws time after time, more than likely you're going to win that ball game.
I like that. I've actually got 2 keys to the game. My first one is Brandon Paul can't shoot us out of the game. And I love Brandon Paul, but sometimes he just starts jacking up shots, and we need to be on our game tonight, and he can't take us out of the game with bad jump shots. My second one is give Myers Leonard the ball. I know he's a center and Sullinger's power forward, but Sullinger's going to be on Leonard, probably. You need to give Leonard the ball, let him create in the post, draw some fouls, get Sullinger in foul trouble. If he's in foul trouble most of the game, no doubt we will win. I have no doubt that we're going to win anyway, but if he's in foul trouble, we may win by 20. It'll be great.
Sullinger is the only reason Ohio State is ranked. If you wasn't on that team, trust me, they would not even be close to the top 25. They are not that good of a squad, and their only good player is a power forward, meaning they're a weak teams do not go far in the tournament. I think we win by a lot.
Yep, and when we win tonight, not if, when we win tonight, I would make a post game tonight, but when we win, it'll probably be a crazy atmosphere, and I won't want to come home and do a post game, so I'll probably make one tomorrow. So just so you guys know that. Alright, that's all I've really got to say about the Illini, so I think we're going to do some NFL playoffs predictions up next.
Yes.
So, the playoffs are up and going, and me and Trent have some predictions for you, but first, I'd like to explain why I did not start last week when the playoffs started. Because, in my opinion, the playoffs do not start until the divisional round, because the wild card is almost like a play-in. The teams that don't really deserve to be there play in, and then the winner of that game moves on to the next round, and the teams that don't deserve to be in the playoffs lose right away. That's just what happens every year. So,
yeah, wild card games suck. Nobody likes them, okay? The Packers should not have even been in the playoffs last year. Fluke team.
Yep, I don't like the wild card round. It's just kind of boring. It doesn't feel like a playoff atmosphere. But now, we'll start the predictions. The first game, we're going to do the NFC first. First game, Giants and Packers. And the Packers are at home, of course. I have the Giants winning 28-24. And this is why. Because in the regular season, the Giants went through a really tough part of the schedule. They played like 4 playoff teams in a row. And in all of those games, they were so close to winning. They almost beat the Packers. Well, now they're hot. And the Packers, Rodgers hasn't played in 3 weeks. And the starters haven't played in 2. So I think they're going to be cold. And that is not good for playoff football. And it is so hard to repeat in this league. I think their season will end this week at Lambeau against the Giants. What do you think, Trent?
I agree. Packers are not a good team. They may be 15-1, but because they're down lucky plays. And the thing is, the Giants, they almost beat them. And they're going to beat them because they have experience. I say they win 17-3.
All right, and then the next game is Saints and 49ers. Saints are the hottest team in the NFL right now. 49ers have one of the best defenses. They say defense wins championships, but not if your offense doesn't get it going. I think the Saints are just too much to handle right now, and I think they win 38-28.
Well, the thing is, Drew Brees is overrated. He padded his stats so much. He would have had less than 3,000 yards if he didn't pad his stats just to get the record. He would have had under 3,000, I think. These Saints just like to showboat in their regular season, but they don't know what to do when it comes to playoffs. All right? The Saints are going to lose to the 49ers 48-10. They are overrated.
Oh, okay, I disagree, but I guess we'll agree to disagree. Then, the NFC Championship, for me, is Saints-Giants, and the Saints would be at home. And I think that the Saints go to the Super Bowl. They beat the Giants 28-17. What about you?
I'm picking the Giants here because Eli Manning has been to the Super Bowl before. The Niners aren't experienced enough. They are a new playoff team, and I don't think they're going to be capable of getting farther than the NFC Championship. I think the Giants win in a close one, 31-14.
Okay. So, you have the Giants in the Super Bowl, I have the Saints. Now, AFC. First game, we'll talk about Broncos-Pats. Who do you think is going to win?
I think the Broncos, because Patriots, 1, don't have a defense. 2, lost to the playoffs last year. 3, Tom Brady sucks. 4, that's all. I just don't see him. I don't see him moving on. I think Tim Tebow will get the job done. And the thing is, Patriots are overrated.
I agree, and I also have the Broncos winning. I think they will win because in the playoffs, you need defense. And the Broncos have that. And if they can move the ball just enough to score, maybe 14 points against a regular team, that's like 30 points against the Patriots. And the Patriots, they've just struggled in the playoffs the last couple of years. And it's because they don't have a defense. They have not won a Super Bowl since they were a balanced team. Since they've become an offensive-heavy team, they have not even made it to the Super Bowl, besides 2007. But they had a good defense that year.
Yes, it's not enough.
So, the other game is Texans-Ravens. Who you got in this one, Trent?
I like the Houston Texans in this one. I think that T.J. Yates is slowly but surely becoming the next Joe Montana. I really like him. And they also have Arian Foster. They're loaded with talent on the defensive side. They've really improved their defense. The Ravens, Joe Flacco doesn't get the job done in tight games. And also, Baltimore hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a long time. I think the Texans win this game by a score of 28-13. They just come out there and play well.
I also agree with you on this one as well. I don't necessarily think the Texans are better with Yates, but Joe Flacco is not a playoff quarterback. He's a good regular season quarterback, but he is not a Super Bowl quarterback. So he and the Ravens lose to the Texans 17-6. The defense just shuts the Ravens down. Arian Foster has a decent enough game to get it done. They win. So both of us have Texans, Broncos, and the AFC Championship. Which improbable team is going to the Super Bowl?
It's going to be the Houston Texans because they're just a clutch team. They have very good talent all around them. I think the Broncos are good, but they're not there yet. Texans, DJ is amazing. He is a young quarterback, but he is absolutely sensational, okay? And Arian Foster, best running back in the league, and also their defense, they are full of talent, and I just see them winning by a field goal, 3-0.
I think Matt Forte is the best running back in the league.
I mean in the playoffs.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it is that.
To me, all right, my pick for the Super Bowl is Broncos. T.J. Yates is a rookie. Tebow obviously has what it takes to play in big-time situations. I don't think the Bears game was him, though. I think that was a fluke. But all those other times, it's hard to deny. He's clutch. And if he was playing maybe the Ravens or the Steelers, then... Wait, no, they beat the Steelers. I'm an idiot. If they were playing like a really, really good team, then I think that they would probably lose. But they're playing the Texans, and the Texans, I just don't think they have enough to get to the Super Bowl with Yates. So, my Super Bowl matchup is Broncos, Saints, and yours is Giants, Texans. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I've got the Houston Texans.
Whoa.
They are better than the Giants by a long shot, okay? T.J. Yates is a man, and I really think that with Arian Foster, T.J. Yates, Andre Johnson, and that defense, they are going to pummel the Giants. They're going to beat them up. They are going to destroy the Giants 59-13.
That's high scoring. Oh, and the score of the AFC Championship is going to be 13-6. I forgot to say that. So now my Super Bowl pick: Saints, hottest team in the league, against the most improbable team in the league, the Broncos. I have the Broncos as Super Bowl champions. I know it is pretty unlikely, and that is pretty bold, but I think once they're past the divisional, it's all theirs. I don't think the Saints will get it done. They've already won a Super Bowl, which I know that should help, but maybe they'll take the game not that seriously. I know it's the Super Bowl, and that's the only thing that you should be worrying about, but I think that they won't know that they're not taking it seriously. They won't prepare as hard as the last one because they're playing the Broncos. It's an easy win. Well, the Broncos shocked the world, 23-20. All right?
That is bold, man. That's really bold.
Yep, and I really think it's going to happen. All right, I think that's it. What's your final word, Trent?
My final word is the final word of bicycles, because I think that they help you get around town and campus. And sports.
That's great. My final word is assemblies, as in assembly hall, as in we're going to storm the court at assembly hall tonight. Can't wait. See you later. Illini4life signing off.